I'm going to keep recording. It's okay. I just stopped it just now, so I'm going to just keep going. So Jana, part one and part two, I'm going to let my friend Jana take, hold on. Let me just make sure I got this right, Jana, so I can make you all in the forefront. Jana, just have a keep going. Take it away, girlfriend. This is my friend Jana, you guys.
Hi, everyone. I just want to thank you guys all for, having me come on here and share my testimony with you. This is not my thing. Like, I'm not like the spotlight kind of person. I'm the behind the scenes kind of girl, and that's where I like to be. But that's okay. It's all about getting out of your comfort zone, and that's what life is. So I'm not really sure, Michael, how far back you want me to go.
You know what? Yeah, no, just share. So why don't you we'll give us a little preface. Why don't you just talk, because the video that I'm talking about that I'll give you guys is just.
That would be so much easier if we just.
I know, and I'll do that. We'll just preface it, and then you can talk about it going forward. So let's just share this. I'll just share a little bit so that you don't have to share all of it. You can kind of go forward. So Jana had, and I want to laugh because this is funny. I'm glad you brought this up like this. So we joked and we said, because I told Jana how I relate to the video compared to how she relates to it, and I joke around with her about it because they had product, and she wasn't really feeling anything, and Jose was, and she's like, stop talking about it, and she's like, Michael, I don't feel things like Jose feels. Like, why is this like this? And I was like,
anymore.
And more. And I'd get little voice messages from her, and and Jose was like, yeah, man, this is great, and she's like, Michael, it's not so great. And she even says that in her, it's not so great for me. And so then the product didn't ship. And so she's like, Jose, we've got extra. You just go ahead and take it. And I stopped. And within I think a week to 10 days, she was like, oh God, my hair's falling out. I'm moody. She's like, I don't want it. Jose doesn't want to be around me. I'm I think he always wants to be around you, but I'm moody, just a whole list of things. Right. And it really, she had been struggling with a lot of these things that she was really starting to make progress with. Right. And so then like she said, you find a way, right? You find a way to start taking the products, and then her skin started getting better, and her hair stopped falling out, and all those things that we have, because like I said, our products are cumulative. Somebody asked me today, we had a dinner last night. So you guys that were on the call yesterday, I had dinner with my friends last night, and I gave them Axio to take today. All right. And I told everybody that I wasn't going to share the opportunity with them, and I didn't, but they asked me a ton of questions. And so we gave them some Axio to take home. And Mike is the drummer at church. And he's like, man, that Axio stuff is unbelievable. He's like, I was focused. He said, I could have did 5 services, right? He said, so are you a dealer or something? And Lisa, I'm leaving him a voice message, and the first 30 seconds of it is Lisa laughing. Like really loud on the voice text, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm a dealer. You want some of my drugs? So I said, but you can't buy any until we talk more about your other stuff. So he said, hey, can you get me under $500 for our products? And I was like, I sure can. He's like, really? I was like, I sure can. But you know what his last statement, then I'm going to let Jana share the rest of the story that's happened. He said, you know what, Mike? Do you believe we get what we pay for? I was like, yeah, I've heard that somewhere before, right? So Jana, tell what happened in the following months after that, some things that happened, and share what you shared yesterday about what your thought process, because she gets this. Most people would not have continued on knowing what she knows, because she's smart. She's smart. And I said this, I had a distributor whose mom went through the same things Jana went through, but she quit. She stopped taking the products. She blamed it on this and blamed it on that and this, and it didn't work. And so I want you to hear what happened to Jana, what she went through, where she's at now, and how awesome it is now. So I'm excited to hear from her, so you guys can hear from her. I would hear this as often as much as I can, but I'm glad I'm recording it.
Okay, so as Michael was saying, yes, I stopped taking the product. wasn't feeling anything, didn't, was just like, I was completely against it. I was just like, okay, you just do it. And then after like you said, like 10 days, 2 weeks maybe, I started like, my hair started falling out. I started feeling miserable. Was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Now just a little back history of who I am. I don't take ownership of anything if it's not from God. Okay.
Man.
It's if you're diagnosed with fibromyalgia, cancer, both of those things I was diagnosed with, and neither one of them I take ownership of. So they wanted me to go on medication, and I'm like, absolutely not. It's not for me. So P.S. We did not have the money to get the products. So I said, you do it. And, since you're so happy with it, well, after some time, I was just like, we need to find the money because I'm miserable. And
and she found the money. Poof.
So I started, back on the NRF1 and all the products. And later on, I started feeling better. People were like, okay, we could be around you. This is good. I don't want to rip your hair out or put my hands around your neck to choke you or nothing like that. So, life was good. Since then, last August, I scratched that. I had a tumor in my breast. The tumor had cancer, and I had it removed back in October, a week before my birthday. And when they went in and they were like, we need to remove this, and we'll do testing and stuff like that on it. And prior to the surgery, you cannot take any supplements. No fish oil, no vitamin C, nothing. And I'm like, no, I can't. I need to take my LifeVantage. Like, that's the reason why I'm going to heal, and that's the reason why I'm going to get better, and that's the reason why I'm not going to have all these side effects that the world is going to have, because I take my LifeVantage. And they were like, they wanted me to stop it for 2 weeks before, and I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. I gave it a week. I said, I'll give it a week. It takes 3 to 5 days for it to get out of your system, if you will. So I gave it the 7 days. And then they didn't want me to take it for another 2 weeks after. And I'm going, but these supplements are going to heal me. Like, you're not understanding me. And they were like, no, you need to. I said, okay, no, I'll give it a week before and a week after. Right. So that's what I did. And, through that process, I was healed. I didn't have the side effects that most people had after the surgery. I didn't have to take pain pills. I didn't have to do anything. They took lymph nodes out. They, coming from here to here. And, there was no side effects from the surgery at all. And, my healing process was elevated. And every doctor's appointment, everybody's like, wow, you're doing so amazing. And I'm like, well, first things first is God. Second thing is it's the stuff that I'm taking. It's the LifeVantage. It's the products that I'm consuming that are changing my body from the inside out. Since then, in January, I went through four weeks. No, I was supposed to do 6 weeks of radiation, and I was only scheduled for 4. They cut it down by 2 weeks because my levels were so much lower than what they had anticipated. So I didn't have to do 6 weeks of radiation. There was no chemo, no nothing. And so, I know it's because of the product. I know it's because of, my faith. I know, the two of those together are, it for me, besides having a positive attitude and, a passion for life is, where I put my trust in.
Man. Well, so do you want to share anything from yesterday or no?
So yesterday, I was just like, he asked me to come. He's like, no, he didn't ask me to come. Jose was just like, we have a training from 10 to 2. And I'm like, 4 hours.
I don't do anything for 4 hours. No, just kidding.
Like, okay, so he honestly, I don't think he expected me to come upstairs. So it was like 10 minutes to 10, and I came upstairs with my coffee and I sat down with my notebook, and he's like, God, I love you. And I was like, well, you can't do it without me, and I can't do it without you. So we're a team, and we're gonna, move forward. So the more information I can get on how to build the business and help people, the easier our journey is going to be, and more rewarding it's going to be. So I got a lot of takeaways from yesterday, but my biggest takeaway was the want and the desire to share this with everybody that I could possibly share it with. And, so I immediately scheduled a call with you on Monday. I don't even think we were off the webinar at that point. I was just like, I need to get this going.
I saw it pop up and I was like, she's serious.
So that was my takeaway. My takeaway was the passion and the know-how, because my what is exactly what's going to get me what I want.
Amen. That's exactly what it is. Jose, why don't you just share maybe one thing that you took away from it, but why don't you just share people a little bit about who you guys are, like a little bit about your background, what you guys have done. I mean, guys, these are two athletes, okay? These are like, Jana's like a level 4 or 5 something black belt.
Third.
Okay, third. Let me go. Okay, let me be accurate. Third, and then Jose's like a 6 or so. I don't know, but it really doesn't matter. Yes, see, I got 3 and 6. Okay, I'll remember it now. But let's just say, if you just had one black belt, wouldn't that be good enough? Like, you got to go to 6 or 3 or 6, right? So it's a real deal. So why don't you just take a couple minutes and share a little bit about your story and who you are, and maybe 1 or 2 takeaways from yesterday.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for having us here. And we're not going to be guests, right? We're here every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So yes, I personally have been doing martial arts, been into physical activity, fitness, all of that since I was a kid, 7 years old. And in high school, they used to call me the natural because I never wanted to eat junk. I always wanted to eat healthy and all of that good stuff, right? Fast forward, I've always kept myself in shape and all of that. Now we are martial arts business owners. I do coaching. I do fitness challenges. I'll do all these great things. And one of the things that I enjoy most is, helping people get to where they need to go in life. And so looking at all this opportunity that I learned about, 2 years now, Michael, that we learned about this, right? 2 years now. It was always something we were going to do. Just didn't know exactly when. I was like, I want to do this, but I'm not ready to do this, but I want to do this. And it was the conflict in my head like that.
It was the what. We were missing the what.
I think it was the what. Right?
Yeah. Hey, you guys remember what you replace those lies with, right? You replace them with the truth, right? And the timing of the truth, right?
That's right. Yeah. So, so we've been around taking the product. I'll take the product forever. Yeah. I enjoy health. I enjoy feeling great. I enjoy not being sick. I don't believe in being sick. I hardly ever feel bad. And I've been healed of stuff that, forget it. I don't even take medication for anything. And, going on 55 next month. And I feel like a 20-year-old, super energetic. Man. But my biggest thing is that my life for us has been come to full circle with a great thing now. So we have health, wellness, right? The martial arts, people, which is people is the greatest treasure, right? And putting it all together, it really now is really easy to understand now what to do. What to do. My wife has always been there. After my kids grew up, they're older. My wife has not been my kids, and it's not been like us really, but it's been people. Been people. So my takeaway from all the things that we learned yesterday, which was great, all of it was great, is that it just became clear, and it became clearer and clearer and just clear. And the hours were passing by, and I'm just like envisioning more and more. And so now I'm ready to run. We're ready to run.
Yeah.
We're ready to do this like in a big way.
Yeah.
And so
We got our shoes on together.
we got it, man. We're gonna run. I love this, So I love what the company stands for. I love the team here. I love being with you. I love what it does for people because it's doing it for us. And what a great opportunity to live healthy, get wealthy, advance the kingdom, which is one of our whys, and just do great things. So that's my biggest takeaway from yesterday. And I totally enjoyed this, and I want to keep doing this. We're going to Vegas, right? Vegas, where is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas.
So every event, I understand that we have to be part of every event, build a team, and make sure that they're at every event. So we want to build this strong, build it big, and grow with you guys.
Amen. And you know what's really cool about that is, congratulations. That's a good. How many guys inspired by that, encouraged by that? Me, superly encouraged. Okay, so I am going to let Dee Dee come on now, and I think I just have to. I have to unmute her. So if anybody else has, if you know people that need encouragement, imagine what you just heard. Okay. Everybody needs that type of encouragement. Everybody needs to know that the time, it's why you never give up on people. Lisa and I just said, we're going on this next 5 to 7 days of following up with all of our people who have an auto ship. Okay. So we're going to see where they are. We're going to let them know about one team training. We're going to, we've kind of taken it and molded it into our own thing. Sarah says you'll probably want to take the one team's thing off and put your, I don't really feel like we have a team name, but it's okay because we're Team LifeVantage, right? We're Team LifeVantage, and we're all about LifeVantage. I want to be a part of a unity that LifeVantage has. We talked about this today. There's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. Okay. Or we would be $1 billion company. And it's really funny. I use this example is that, guys, Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Okay. But the people that followed him all the way until his death. Why? Because they believed in him. They believed in the system that he had, and they believed in what he was doing. And how many of you have, know that? I mean, he just created something that changed the way we think about a lot of things, changed the way we think about a lot of things. So I'm going to unmute Dee Dee and see if she could. Dee Dee, can we hear you? Let's see if we can hear her. Dee Dee, I unmuted you. Can you, are you still there? Are you able to talk? Because she's on her phone, so I don't know if she's able to. I'm praying that she is. You want to go call her? Yeah. All right. Well, she's on her computer. Can you talk, Dee Dee? Because we can't hear you and you're unmuted. So see if your mic. Hello?
Is there a way to turn it on?
Now you're on. Yay. There you go. There you go. Awesome.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dee Dee. I haven't been on for a while. I've been unplugged, plugging back in. Yesterday was exactly what I needed. It was almost, I got the energy, the excitement that I do at the global convention. I think some of the things that stood out for me was definitely about the what and the why. Definitely. I think the pastor that had the guy get up and sing the exact same song, but one just singing and the other with a purpose, and the difference between the two, like, whoa. I loved Sherry and all the stuff that Sherry brought, how she's so blunt. She's so...
You're talking about Sherry Hollenbeck, you guys. I play some videos and have some little stuff.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that she said hit me as well. I think one of the biggest things for me that's been holding me back is the fear part. Definitely the fear part. I don't know that it's necessarily been the fear of rejection. I guess I'm still working on that part of it, trying to figure out what what that is.
Yeah.
I think it used to be fear of rejection, but since doing what I'm doing as a practitioner, I think things have changed for me. I think I'm used to rejection now. I'm okay with that. So I think there were some questions that they asked that hit me, like, is your fear of failure greater than your desire to succeed? And if I had to answer that honestly, I'd have to say no, it's not greater. Is the fear of rejection holding you back? Well, maybe it was, but it's not going to. The best way to overcome a lie is to replace it with the truth. That was big. Yes. So I would say if you haven't been plugged in and you're starting to get plugged in, make sure you do the Life Vantage Academy. Make sure you do the other calls, just so you stay connected. It's too easy to go, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll watch the video later. Oh, I'll do it later. And then later never comes.
Right.
So I need to write stuff down on a calendar. That was another thing for me. I can't just wing it anymore. I need like a set schedule. This you do every day at this time. This you do at this time. Yeah, definitely. So
Awesome.
That's all.
Let me just, Dee Dee, give me, I know you've went through a little bit of the one team training. Share maybe one or two things that you shared with me when you first started going through it, and how you, just some of the couple, maybe one thing or so that you share with me, because it was pretty powerful. A couple of the things you were texting me and saying, maybe just from the first couple, because I know she's getting ready to go through and finish the rest of it, but just tell about the effectiveness of just the first little bit of the phase that you went through.
Well, I think that one team training is going to be a crucial piece to this, because like you said, especially for people that have been in this long that are still haven't done anything, there's the old ways that they had, there's the new ways, there's the people using the social media, there's the people doing this, there's the people doing that. Well, with the one team training, it's all set out for you. You just print off the papers and you fill them out, and you have a daily action plan, and everything is organized for you. Everything is there. Everything you need's there.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that.
I think it forces you to, because it keeps track of your progress, that it forces you to keep going.
Absolutely. And guys, if you haven't printed off this daily action plan, on the back of the daily action plan is tips. Okay? Tips. I mean, I want to share a couple of these with you because we got a little bit of time left. I want to share with you guys just a couple things. Personal development, journaling, and goal setting. Okay? And you have to have smart times. And what I like about this is it tells you over here, if you're super busy, pick one of these a day. Okay? If you're super busy, pick one of these a day. Post on Facebook profile, maximum of 2 per day. Okay? I'll tell you this. A lot of the stuff that's really good that I've noticed of people who are using this one team. Okay, Lisa can say something, but my friend Tim Cox is using one team. It's the cat's out of the bag now. Okay, how many people that have went through one team and that know Tim can tell that Tim is using the one team? Okay, and I saw him on a couple of the mastermind calls recently. And so, guys, and also do the leadership piece that Sarah put on there. If you've been in this for a while, do the leadership piece. Learn. Yeah, no, she said Pro 3, or if you've been in for a while and you just haven't really done anything and you want some encouragement to kind of move forward. So whatever that is. Okay. So I like the tips. What's that? Okay. But Lisa wants to share something. But what I want you guys to do is you need to read this, guys. It has and tells you, once you've conquered this simple daily action plan, then you can move to the advanced daily action plan. Okay? But only 20% of you are going to do this. Okay? Only 20% of you, Stacy's got his right there ready. It's Sunday. You should have this mapped out and planned out. And Vic's got his ready to go. Okay. 2 people that listen to me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Okay. Marsha's got hers too. So, okay. So look at this, guys. It tells you exactly the tips. I love this. This is a tip. Okay. It says, send happy birthday messages to everybody on the list when you get them. Okay. And do it with a voice text in Messenger, not just a, hey, Vic, happy birthday. Hey, Jana, happy birthday. How many of you have got a voice text, happy birthday from me? Yeah, that's how I do them, right? I'm not going to do it. And just, and you know what? This is really cool. Yesterday on that training, I had 2 ladies on that had just signed up this past week. And Cinda said, they don't want to build on social media. Okay. And I said, there's a small section in there about that. Okay. And if you guys really want, I will give you guys, because I love you, I'll give you my slides that I use to teach LVA with. Okay. And then you can look at them and kind of get the feeling of how it flows. There's a lot of them, but here's Jose just encouraged me, because I always say the person that learns the most from LVA is me. You know what? I learn and I listen. And he just encouraged me to know that I always pray when I start, and I want it to be fluid. I want to keep people's attention for 4 hours. Okay. For 4 hours. I kept their attention for 4 hours. I kept everybody on here's attention for 4 hours. And I can tell you what, Mike Weingarten will tell you like it is. We've been to many of them where people fall asleep. Okay. And you're elbowing the person beside you, right? Amy Homewood told me numerous times, she said, you're the first person I've ever stayed on for 4 hours and paid attention the whole entire time. She said, I would get up and I'd go use the phone, or I'd be on my phone. I'd be texting. She said, you did personal development. Everybody should do personal development. I did 3 pieces of personal development. Okay. In personal development that challenged people. I did a section on limiting beliefs. Do you know a lot of things? Therese and I talked about this. The number one thing that robs people of their destiny is their own limiting beliefs. Okay? Their own limiting beliefs. So read these. Make friends. Okay? Here's another thing I said yesterday. It's on here numerous. Ask a lot of questions. Anybody remember who wins? The person who asks the most questions. Okay? Stacy's got it right there. Stay engaged. Text. Voiced messages over text. Why? It's personal. Okay? Fill out your ITT tracker. Guys, if you don't know, here's my number one mistake in my business. Being organized. Okay? Being organized. Knowing who to follow up with and what I shared with them. That ITT tracker, if I had it 5 years ago, I'd be a Pro 8 or Pro 9 or maybe a Pro 10. Because I forget people all the time. Okay? I forget all the time of what I shared with the person. What's my next step? What's my next follow-up? What did I give them? Okay? And look, you have to use things that when you think about it, you think from your perspective, would it relate to you? It's why I say this. When you sign somebody up on the product, if they take the product for 3 to 6 months, with the average customer life advantage is 14 months, you guys. It's 5 times the industry level. Whether you're, I have some people that go to my chiropractor said that his average customer is about 4 to 6 months. Ours is 14 months. You know what mine is? Over 36 months. We have 70 some customers that we've had for more than 7 years, you guys. That never happens, okay? But you have to educate them and love on them and encourage them, because here's what happens. It's why we had like 8 or 9 people or close to 10 people upgrade to distributors and add more products, because we went back and encouraged them to do that. It's a business. It's just like me. I bet you Victor will agree with me. I can spend 3 months coaching with somebody. and I can give them their money's worth in the first month. In the very first month. Do you know why? Because it's not about me. It's about them. I'll give them courses that are worth more than the money that they pay. I'll give them, I have a LinkedIn course that I give my coaching clients, okay, that my friend sells for $2,500, okay, $2,500, all right, and let's just say that's a value it's worth. Stacy can tell you it's probably worth about $5,000, right, of the value that you can get from it, okay. So I'm going to let Lisa wants to share something about some of the tracking stuff. What did you want to say? You forget now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's something that you said. Let's see. About posting on your profile. Like before, we were kind of taught, it should be a business page or, something along those lines. But I actually really enjoyed and liked what Sarah was saying. She just uses her regular profile. And if I would have known this in the past when I was working on creating a business page, I probably wouldn't have done it. And it makes logical sense too. She basically was saying, unless you actually plan on paid ads, it really doesn't matter.
No. And you can share what we learned. She taught me this too, because we talked about it, is that you can actually just share stuff from your personal page right to your business page.
Or vice versa.
So why worry about having to push it on the other one and do that? So, and it's just like now, she taught me this today. I always,
time.
Right. If you set up now, I just found this out by looking at my phone. I used to always think you had to post on Instagram and then it posted to your Facebook story, but you can do it vice versa now.
That I haven't figured out.
I'm going to figure they told me yesterday that you could do it. I just got to figure it out again. It was on my phone for a while and then it went away, but you can, because a couple people are shaking their head. So
that is like a huge time saver, really.
100%.
To just share it yourself, or just if you don't have that second business page, or if it's so fresh and new and you don't have a lot of followers, think about maybe just letting it go. I don't know. I thought about it, but I've got quite a few people that follow me there that aren't my friends anymore. And so I get some engagement from a different group of people. So I'm just kind of doing both. I just share on the two and keep pretty much the content almost identical now.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
This is something to think about. If you don't have one, don't feel like you necessarily have to, unless you plan on really going gung-ho and paying for ads.
Okay, so let me share one last quick thing. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to really be super intentional with your daily action plan this week. I want you to do Facebook Lives, Mike Weingarten. I want you to, just kidding.
It's just once a week on the live.
Yeah. And you can do more, but if you do one and if you bring somebody on and interview them, okay? Here's one big thing another thing I want to challenge you that I've noticed for me has been big difference is my people, when I sign them up and I put them in a Facebook Messenger group with somebody that I think will relate to them, and that person goes in and leaves them a message. That's the third party validation, you guys. You don't have to I told Mike this the other day. We don't have to spend 20 minutes on the phone for a third party validation. We can, but we don't have to. Okay. You guys understand why I didn't sign up my friend on Axio? Just go and sign him up and him go to, he's like, do I just go to lifevantage.com and order product? I said, no. Right? Because how many of you know that people do that? If you don't communicate with them, you don't set up a time with them to talk to them. I said, hey, we're talking on Tuesday. He's like, cool. I won't do anything till then.
Got enough.
Because he sent me a list of all the products he was taking. And guys, you just do me this favor this week. Follow your daily action plan. Okay? Follow your daily action plan. Okay?
Yes, they buy on Amazon. We literally just lost a customer.
$200 customer.
To Amazon.
So let me just tell you another thing that you need to do. Do not even when you send them a cart.
Yeah, we sent her the cart.
Send her a cart.
She's gonna do it.
So if you can sign them up yourself, sign them up yourself. Okay? Trust me. Sign them. If you're on the phone with her like I was, and she says, okay, I want probiotic, prebiotic, and Nerve 2. I said, I'll send you a cart. And when I got done, I was like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And see, guys, do you notice that I screw up? Okay. But it's why I never miss a training, because I know that if I say these things and I teach them, I'm going to go and do them. And I said to her, we lost a $200 customer. You guys know that's an $80 pays my electric bill. Okay. I just lost my electric bill because I didn't do what I teach you to do. Okay. All right. So learn. Let's learn from our mistakes and use the app. Okay. Use the app. The app is they're going to launch all the fixes with the app at convention. They're going to go over it even more. It's going to be even better. So they're in steps of getting better, but it's a lot better already. Guys, I get like 60 messages a week of the customers that I have. So you guys kind of know I have like 200 customers. Okay. So, right. And it's okay. It's okay to have that many, but here's what I want you guys to encourage. Customers equal distributors eventually. People want to use the products. You educate them. I mean, here's a prime example. Jose and Janet's friend, Heather, right? Got great results on the products, had a financial issue, got off the products, and her health went downhill quickly to where she was almost in a wheelchair. Maybe she was. I think she started to be in a wheelchair. See, she was. No. Okay. Jose, unmute yourself. I couldn't hear what you said. Jenna, kick it. What were you saying?
Yeah, on a cane.
Oh, so she went, yeah. And
she would use two walkers. And like it got to the point where she was crawling around her house.
Yeah. And now, she's so young. And now she started back on the products. She's back feeling better. She called me the other day. She said, I'm starting to feel better. Tracy's actually spoke to her before. And so guys, these are people that were struggling big time, right? And you guys have heard me say this. It's a cumulative effect, right? As soon as you go off in all that cumulative effect, right? So like she said, she says, Michael, I'm going to find a way. She goes, I'm going to build this business. If it's the last thing I do. She went through the one team training. She says, I'm going to do a couple more. I've got a couple more things that I need to do. She goes, but I've got the time to do this. Will you help me? And I said, yes. I said, just do the little things. I said, treat it like a business. 2 to 5 years. Okay. How many of you have been in long enough to know that enough's enough, right? Enough's enough, right? Let's make the Therese, right? Enough's enough. Let's make this happen, right? And you know what's really funny? I told Therese this, and this is the last thing I'll say. If you guys have any questions, but we'll let you go. There is a question. I told Therese, the person that enrolled her, she's going to pass this year, okay? Because she's no longer involved. And you know what? She's going to kick her butt. But you know what's going to do? She's going to get back involved, okay? She's one of the very first people I signed up, and she ran to Pro 4. How many of you, if you got to Pro 4, you would quit? No way. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? No. See, everybody's saying no way. Julia, if you got the Pro 4, would you quit? No. If you had a $1,500 a month check, would you quit? No. Guess what happens when you quit?
Your team quits.
Your team quits, except there's always one that doesn't. And then they pass you. Yep. Hint, right? It's here. The time is here. Just give value, as much value as you can possibly give, and follow the little bitty steps and stay focused. If you have a job, some of you are going back to work, some of you are continuing to work, but just stay focused. Take it one step. Divorce the outcome and marry the process. Divorce the outcome and marry the process. Somebody said this yesterday. It doesn't mean if you just don't quit. You have to follow the system and not quit, and don't worry about the no's and what people say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So there was one question.
Yeah.
Okay.
To answer
Before we
that
go.
question about not sending carts, I'm not saying don't do it, but whenever at all possible, be with them, sign them up, whether it's in person or on the phone, talk them through it, how to do it. If you do have to send a cart, obviously do it. But follow up, because that's how we found out. We followed up. We're like, we never got a notification, couldn't find her in the back office. And so we asked, I'm like, did you order? Because,
she had it. Well, the problem was
here's her daughter do it.
Well, here's what Lisa found for me. And I just remember this. I'm so glad you brought this up. is here's what I'm going to start doing. And I'm going to share this in our Facebook, in our Freedom Fighters Facebook group. There's a video.
I already shared it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Lisa shared it in our Freedom Fighters.
Along with the PDF.
There's a video that corporate did to tell you why not to buy things from Amazon.
Tracy watched it.
Okay. You guys, it's awesome. And it has a PDF that tells you why. And the statistics, spit my tongue again, the statistics of what happens to people. Some people get white pills. Some of the pills are outdated. Some of them, you put them in water and they don't look so good. Okay. Trust me. Educate people so you don't just lose, not that the $80 means a lot, but now it does, but now she has to go back next month and order on Amazon again, right? So she has to remember, because it's not, Amazon's not going to auto ship her somebody who's illegally selling our products on Amazon. You guys, you want me to tell you something? We know that people go circle around that system, and they're still and they're supposed to be immediately terminated. Okay. All right. But there's still people that go around the system. Okay. So if you find something, you report it. Okay. We reported it. And within 7 to 10 days, that person will be off of there. Okay. So if you see somebody, you report them. The more people reporting them, the more the company gets to say, let's take this person off, or goes and finds out who that person is.
What I actually found interesting in the video, it actually said, don't type it in the search bar intentionally looking to see how much is on there, because it feeds that system on Amazon as a desired need.
Yep.
So I don't know exactly how it all worked, but that kind of caught my attention, to don't intentionally look for it, because it basically feeds the behavior they're trying to get rid of.
Don't search it on Amazon.
Right.
When you're on Google, if you see it, then go to that, report that, take a snapshot of that.
Yeah.
And then send it.
Like,
don't go to Amazon and type it in. Okay.
Yeah, because
Tracy,
the computers all know our cookies, and then they start feeding us.
I was concerned about that because I've seen it on Amazon and I've seen it on eBay, and I've been told that they've stopped it, and then I see it. Not that I'm looking for it. And I made that comment, and Corp got back to me and said, no, we do not want you as a distributor to be looking. We're looking. We have people in place that are doing that.
Yep.
But but like you said, if you happen to come across it, like I have, now I know, I'm going to take a screenshot of it and then report it.
Yeah. And Chris and I have talked about this a lot. He's on, and he said to me, whenever he finds them, he just takes them and sends them to corporate. Right. And so, I'm going to let you guys go. I want to finish my daily plan of action before I go to bed, because I'm going to be in town. I'm not going to do something I tell you guys to do that I'm not doing myself, because I know when I get off of here, Victor's going to send me a video of his daily plan of action that he's got for the week. And hey guys, you know what really keeps you intentional is on Marco Polo. I let people video me their stuff, right? It's why I have a 70-year-old client that I'm training right now. That's a Pro 5 in Life Vantage. We've been working together for about 4 or 5 months coaching, and him and his wife are just about to get the Pro 6. And we've been teaching duplication. I changed his profile. He's been a lawyer for 40 years. I changed his profile to ageless law. You know how many people have been super, super attracted to his page, changing it. And you know what? It's so funny. And I'll teach you this. Jose knows about this. Branding. Okay. Branding is everything. Because guess what? I can brand Therese McMurray as a brand if I want. I can brand Julia Van Balen if I want. Because why? Does anybody remember one of the things I said yesterday? People are watching you. Okay? People are watching you, right? I do want to say one more thing. Here's the thing I love about my wife the most, is that she protects relationships. She doesn't have a lot of people pouring into her. The number one person that pours into her life and tells her what she needs to hear and not what she wants to hear is on this call right tonight. And she's been watching us for years, right? And this is what's great. They tell each other things they need to learn, right? And and she doesn't have a lot of those. She's like, honey, you love people too much sometimes. You try to help people too much and you end up being the bad guy, right? So I learned that tonight, guys. I learned that tonight. I had a conversation with somebody that I won't mention their name, but I was looking out for them and they didn't think I was looking out for them, right? So let me just tell you, know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. I can tell Mike Weingarten anything, and I've sharpened him with a knife at times. All right. But you know what? He loves me and respects me no matter what. I can promise you this, and he can tell me if I'm wrong. There is nothing that we can do that will ever ruin our relationship and our friendship because we have the utmost respect for each other.
Even though you're a Rays fan, we're still good.
Oh yeah. Every time I'm at a Rays and Yankees, I want to block his phone number when I'm at the baseball games, right? Like I really want to.
You boys, golf, hockey, football. I mean, man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
And
Mike,
that was
Monday night.
That was my
Giants
husband in
play.
the other room that overheard our
Baseball
conversation.
starting again.
Man, come on.
Oh, well, football season, Giants Tampa Bay Monday night 1 week.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that. Yeah. Schedule looks really good.
She's saying something too.
Lisa saw the phone I was holding. Oh, it's not an iPhone. But my husband's in the other room and he heard what you guys were saying or what we were responding
Tom, I got an
to.
iPhone for sale.
Yeah, well. Anyway, he pulled up Amazon and Pretendum, and there was like
I know.
20.
I know. Take a snapshot of the picture and send it to corporate.
That's about 6.
Yeah.
I
That's more.
can show you them all.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I love you. I will see you. Hey, let's roll. We're halfway
Jose,
through the
you made
month.
me cry tonight.
That's all right. Let's roll. Let's get our posts out there. Let's attract guys. I want you to get into 5. I want you to narrow your groups down to 5. Okay. I want you to get into 5 groups and make sure that you're posting in 5 groups. I told a lot of people on here, I can't tell you the groups I'm in because there's only in some of my groups, there's only one Life Vantage distributor in my groups. And I love it.
That's in LinkedIn, right? That's not in Facebook.
No, this is Facebook. Whichever one you're doing. Some of you are doing LinkedIn. Some of you are doing Facebook. Don't confuse it. If you're
I haven't figured out LinkedIn.
Then you stick with the one
Don't
stick with the one that you're doing. Some people are not doing Facebook. Like I have clients that aren't doing Facebook. They're doing LinkedIn. So focus on one thing. If you can do 2, then you do, but focus on 1. All right. Love you guys. Have an amazing week. You guys are amazing. Love you guys.